Jacque knows a thing or two about shoes, and he brought every single one of his pairs for me to choose today. It was really nice of him. Actually, there was 4 truckloads in our. We are located at.
No, we are located at. If you'd like some shoes.
But there's been so the sneaker news that's been coming out of recent, a lot of which, at least if it crosses my news feed, it means it's a little more in the headlines than I would assume your news feed, because simply put, you know what's going on in the sneaker world. You're pretty ahead of the game. I would hope you're ahead of the game.
At least let's hope.
But I don't like labeling you the sneaker guy. I think that's rude, actually. I think you're more than a sneaker guy.
I am more than a sneaker guy, but that's what people know me for, so I'm okay with it.
That's okay.
I get it.
Because you've gotten great opportunities, not just to take that, and again, we've talked about interviews with guys like Kevin Durant, the legend Kobe Bryant. Anybody. Have you gotten to talk to Damian Lillard?
I talked to Damian Lillard 2 All-Star games ago.
Okay.
I did
Seems like
the Adidas suite, and I did like all their interviews for all their athletes.
Could you find a way to, if you do it next time, make him say something mean? I just want to make sure that he's not a robot.
No, he's a nice guy.
He's such a good person. He flies coach.
Yeah, he's really a good guy. He what?
He flies coach.
Does he really?
Oh, there was at least somebody like tweeted it that he was flying coach and sitting in the middle seat with just like 2 fans were next to him, and it's just
man.
You, Damian Lillard, and a 6-hour flight to New York.
Hey, man, gotta save that money. Gotta save that money. He could be like Marshawn Lynch.
Oh,
Marshawn Lynch, who hasn't spent. From the rumor is that he hasn't spent any of his money from playing on the field. That it's only been like his sponsorship, endorsement money.
Big fan of Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, yeah. Who isn't?
But in general, the Nike Flip the Switch collection, which came out
like a week ago. Yeah.
And if you go to Foot Locker, I think is the most premier version of this, because they have like a lit up, at least in Santa Monica, a lit up case of these 4 shoes. I think they did a really good job with these, because I think that all of them are awesome. And rarely am I on the train of every shoe is amazing. Most people probably aren't buying the KDs, I would assume, because they don't like him anymore.
Oh,
no, no, you can't say that.
Don't say that. That's
but it's the first one we have. And I think KD's shoes are really awesome, although I do think they're made for aliens.
Aliens?
Well, I tried them on because I was like, I think I want to just have a pair of KDs. And most of the shoes I buy at this point, I don't play in. I have like a beat up pair of Kobe 8s that I've been playing in for like 7 years.
Right, absolutely.
And that's fine by me. Like, I definitely need a new, but anytime you get a new pair of shoes, you're like, I gotta take care of it. You can't just.
Right, I can't just play it. Especially because they're so expensive these days too.
That's true.
They're not as.
Go out and re-get the AIs from like, the Reebok Iverson from 2001. Is that right?
Iverson, I'm not sure.
2000, roughly.
I don't remember. Somewhere in there.
Give or take. But element number 3, and we can run through these because it's in order. It's Durant's, Kyrie's, LeBron's, and Paul George's. And Paul George is probably the most of note because of the newest.
Yes. So this is the KD9 Elite.
It's a good looking shoe, man.
So the difference between this year and what Nike has done in the past is they're not doing elite shoes for everyone. Usually they have, well, for the last like 4 or 5 years, they've done elite shoes, which is a more advanced, performance-based version of the shoe, and they've only done that for KD this year with the KD9. So LeBron, Kyrie, and Paul George don't have.
Just get colorways.
They just get special colorways, which you saw. Okay. The special colorways there.
All of these, I think, are really good-looking shoes. I think the KD Ant Pearl is also a really awesome.
Yeah. Shoe for
with a little bit of pink in there. It's for his aunt.
Yeah. I think it's great. His aunt had cancer.
Breast cancer, correct? Is that what the?
I'm not sure if it was breast cancer.
I thought it was because of the pink. That would be the.
Yeah,
we'll double check.
We'll double check.
Kyrie's always been a great shoe.
Yeah, Kyrie's shoes been really well this year. He's had some great colorways in the playoffs too.
And these are Kyrie 3s.
Yes, this is the Kyrie 3. Yes.
Which, by the way, Kyrie 2s have recently dropped a lot in price. I see them on sale, champs and stuff. So people are interested, and you like the Kyries, but you don't want to spend 160-ish on them.
No, it's not even 160. Kyries are 120.
That's a really good deal.
That's
actually a really, really good deal. Yeah. Considering some of the shoes we're getting to, we need more money. LeBron's. Here's the thing. Of all the shoes that really, to me, represent a player, LeBron's shoes are tanky shoes, and LeBron's a tank.
Absolutely.
So I've actually never loved the look of LeBron's shoes, but I feel like if you're 6'6", because we all have friends who are 6'6". I mean, the NBA guys are huge. I'm saying just in general.
Right.
You're just a big guy. That feels like the shoe you should be wearing to play in.
Yeah. I mean, it's obvious. It's built for a big player like LeBron that can move, and not a lot of players can move like LeBron.
That's true.
At LeBron's size, I should say.
Very true.
LeBron's he's a beast. He's a mix of the good big and the good small. So he has it all. So yeah, LeBrons are really, really great. LeBron 14, he's been playing in them. He's also been playing in his LeBron Soldier 10.
14, it's the LeBron 14 because it's been 14 years since the LeBron ones. Are we gonna see? Did we talk about that last time?
About a retro of the LeBron?
Like what's the originally OG LeBron?
They did one with the LeBron Soldier back, maybe like 6 months ago.
You just said Soldier 10s, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they did a LeBron shoe.
So many shoes.
The Zoom generation, sorry, not the Soldier, the Zoom generation.
Okay.
LeBron Zoom generation, those came back.
I feel like those would do well if they did a retro.
Yeah, they did.
Two or three even.
They did it in January, but it was very, very limited. It was like super, super limited. So they're not doing like a full retro LeBron.
They're like, we have 3 of them, and we only have 3 right foots. You have to find the left foots on the East Coast.
You have to go search for the left somewhere. they're in Cleveland somewhere near the arena.
Right. Here's what I think. When it comes to Paul George, it wasn't long ago we discussed who deserves the next signature shoe, and I think that was an honor because Paul George got the latest signature shoe, but I think the shoe, if you go back to it itself, it's not, to me, extremely different from Kyrie's, but it does have its own accent to it, and I think what Paul George is doing, even though he's going to lose the series in likely 4 games, like they're just showing that he's a good player to have a shoe.
Yeah. He's a great, I think, person for. He's a California kid.
Yes.
Fresno State. I think he went to Fresno, but I know he grew up in Palmdale.
Oh wow. Okay.
Which is not far from here. But his new shoe is great. It's priced correctly. It's one of like the great shoes I would say like for kids. Like kids always are kind of hitting me up on Twitter asking about what basketball shoe they can get. Okay. I always recommend something like this because I mean it's $110. It's going to come in a lot of great colorways. It looks good on and off court. Yep. So it just kind of walks that line.
For strap if you don't know how to tie your shoes.
You don't know how to tie your shoes. You can use the Velcro.
But actually, I saw I forgot which one it was though. I think it's an Adidas shoe that has a strap that goes over, and I was like, actually, oh, Harden's shoes have strap. No, Harden's shoes have the cut.
Yeah, they have the cut. LeBron's Soldier has the straps. It's like 3 of them.
By the way, in terms of like actual practicality for like playing basketball, and it's a good thing to have.
Yeah. Oh, it's
your foot ain't moving.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about the Velcro moving or your shoes, your laces becoming untied.
For fashion or for playing, obviously 2 different stories. And then again, these are the ones I'm obsessed with, and they're only going to be like $1,400 a pair. They're not. They're like 185.
So the weird thing about these are inspired by an Air Jordan 3 that Russ wore earlier, I believe last year. So that's where you get the elephant print there. Awesome. But then the bottom of the shoe, and this is like super techie for you guys, though that bottom is from the actual Air Jordan 30, and the top is from the Air Jordan 31. So Russ plays in a like custom version of the shoe, and so they're going to release this one. If you look at the regular 31, it doesn't have that midsole and bottom, but it does have that same sort of upper with the fly weave and then the synthetic leather.
Yeah, is that what it's called? It's like a sock. It kind of cuts down a little bit down, and there's like a sock. Yeah,
it has an extra liner on the inside. They just call it a sock liner, neoprene sock liner.
It's comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that because I tried them on yesterday and was like,
Yeah, those are good. They're $185. Those are nice.
Yeah, and those are coming out, I think, April 29th. And I mean, and then I guess the last question for it is there going to be an MVP edition of any shoe? Like if Harden wins the MVP, you think they'll be releasing a special colorway for that, or Westbrook, or?
Absolutely. I think the brands have an MVP shoe for whoever wins already.
Okay, that would make sense.
They'll shape the story of that shoe around who wins.
Right.
So if Harden, like they already have the Harden colorway, that they're going to release anyway, and if Harden wins, they'll put some MVP stuff on it and they'll release it, and the other brands will probably just kind of keep theirs in the stash. Or what Nike's been doing lately is they'll do a Nike ID version of the shoe, so they don't have to really produce any of the shoes until people actually order them. So if like LeBron wins, they'll do a LeBron 14 MVP, but you have to order it on Nike
marketing-wise, it's too easy. It's too easy. You have to do it. But I think those Westbrooks are going to sell like crazy.
Yeah, the Westbrooks are going to sell regardless, whether he wins MVP or not. And it's LeBron who probably deserves it just as much.
You also were at the Royal. Actually, I reached out to Jacque about the Royals, and I knew I was not the only one when there was a tweet saying like, man, these Air Jordan 1 Royals must be something big, because I had like 13 people who aren't necessarily the biggest shoe guys text me about this.
Yeah.
I was like, no, who else took my idea?
That's how you can tell when a shoe is really popular, is because like the people outside of this sneaker world will start hitting you up like, hey, saw these, when did these release? How do I get a pair? Are you the plug?
You're waking up at 4 a.m., you're going down to the
you're gonna have to get in line, unfortunately. Are you the plug? I am not the plug, I'm the news guy. Sorry.
But they're fire.
Yeah, they're great. They're really great.
And the poster that came with it was pretty dope too.
Yeah, it was
suitcase
really
unboxing.
Cool. Yeah, they sent like a suitcase.
It was really cool. Check out we'll leave that link in our description too. Check out the suitcase unbox. Don't give it away.
Okay, all right.
It's really cool. There's a lot of good stuff that came with that, including the shoes. I want a lot of shoes. I want his closet of shoes.
I'm good.
At Cousteau, make sure to check it out for more, obviously, sneaker news when it comes around. And again, some other fun stuff, NBA stuff, all the good stuff. We'll be back soon.